Hey guys, it's Grim here, Grim Gaming UK, but today, on a one-off special, you can call me Agent Mulder. Fuck me, there's a blast from the 90s. Hey guys. Okay, so what's on the table for our delectation today? I've got some XCOM. Now, give you a little bit of backstory about my XCOM history. I played the first one like a demented crackhorn monkey, and I played Terror from the Deep. Not as much as the first, but played that a lot, and then kind of played the rest and thought I'll go back to playing the first one again. So, but clocked a lot of hours on the very first one, and just loved the whole UFO building bases, sending your team out. Really, just loved that whole way the game played. And now they brought out a sort of reimagining of the original, with obviously new fancy Unreal graphics and yada yada yada. Is it as good? We shall find out. I'll reserve my judgment to the end and let you guys know what I think. As I say, I've said it in all my other vids, this is opinion, this is just what I think. Put comments if you think, Grim, you're a twat, and this is shit, or this is the greatest thing since blowjobs were invented. Let me know. You know, it's as long as it's constructive and it's what you think, then put it down, it's all good. So yeah, start off, as I say, the graphics have obviously been vastly improved on what the original was. Is it Crisis 3? No, it's not. But it works for what it is. You know, it's meant to be a tactical kind of game rather than, you know, some crazy FPS that's got amazing graphics on it. And it's not. It's meant to be your immersion. You're meant to get into it, and the graphics work perfectly for that. Only thing I will say is the missions, I don't think they could have done any better. When you go out, you fight the aliens, it feels just like the original. It captures that brilliantly. The tension, you guys getting shot, you know, getting med packs to them, using the different abilities as they rank up. It is fantastic in the field. When you're back at base, they've kind of... It used to be top down when you got to your base, so you'd look and you could actually plant your little buildings down, and as I say, you'd look down on it. Now they've done it that you look from the side, you're basically underground, so what you see on the screen is the layers that you go down. I don't know why, but for me, although the graphics obviously been improved, it just doesn't feel the same. I don't feel that I'm building a base. I just feel that I'm... Even though it is just filling slots, exactly as the original was, I actually felt I was building a base then. In this, I feel like I'm just filling up slots with, you know, different things. Like I want my generators to all be in a row, and I want this and I want that, and it works. But, and I know I've said this a couple of times now, that's console. That's what that feels like. That's the easiest way to do it for console users, not necessary for PC and immersion. Now that follows on to my other, and the gripes I've got about this game aren't major. They're just little things from having played the original that kind of, I think, oh man, I wish that was different. Like when your soldiers they start off as rookies, unless you get later on in the game, and then they start off as squaddies. But when they become a squaddie, they are given a role. So they're sniper, support, heavy, you know, they're given these classes, and then you can customise those as they then level up. So when they hit squaddie, they'll get an ability. So a heavy will get the ability to fire a missile. You know, a sniper gets the ability to do a headshot. Things like that, and they get one ability. Then as you level up after that, you get to give them more than one ability. So, or perk, stat, whatever you want to call it. So like when they hit Sergeant, they'll have the choice of two options, and you pick one of those. So you can tailor them. But I actually miss the fact that when you used to get your new squad members, you know, the first thing I would do in the original was look through, see who had what stats and who was going to be my marksman, who was going to be my sharpshooter, who was going to be, good assault rushing guy, who was going to be. I would pick that, and if guys didn't make the grade, they'd get kicked back to their squads wherever, and I would bring in another group of recruits, check to see what their stats were, cherry pick them, and then get rid of them again. In this, it doesn't do that. It says, look, that guy's a sniper, that's what he is. Just live with it. And you're like, oh, okay. It doesn't ruin the game in any way, what shape whatsoever, but it's just a little thing that in the original, that was something I really enjoyed. The only time that really comes into play in this is you get a thing called will, if I remember correctly, and as your guy gains ranks, he gains will, but if he takes like serious injury in combat, so he's in a critical condition, his will go back down because he's still got that in the back of his mind. You need high will to get high psionic abilities. So that's the only time that those sort of stats really come into play, is that you're going, oh, Christ, I need to have a look through who's got good will, and then I need to get them into, psychic training so they can go and, fuck with the minds of the aliens. So that's something I miss, and that's purely from being a geeky, wanting to control all the little stats and that sort of shit. Does it affect the game? Not at all. Is it still a fantastic game? Yes. I love this game, and what you're seeing here is a really old game that I played. I can't remember. I dredged it up from my save game files. These guys are literally, I don't think there's anybody above a squaddy. I think my heavy does do well in this, but my assault guy ends up getting promoted and he becomes Madman. My first, I think, sergeant, they get nicknames, which is really cool. I love that. So he's the best one. The customization, by the way, just to talk about the soldiers, is really, really good. You can go in and customize what they look like, their names, their nicknames. You can change everything. I think apart from their nationality, once they've got that, that's set. But really, really, really good fun. For some reason, the keyboard and mouse, I used it to begin with because I thought, this is XCOM. I don't care if my hand hurts. I'm using a mouse and keyboard for this. Tried it out and it was horrendous. It really didn't work. I tried pad and it works brilliantly. So that's another console port thing. But as I say, you can play it really well. You'll see me not being able to go at, like here, you've got dash move. So I'm trying to get to this crypt bit and I missed it a couple of times. That's fraps. That was just, it was lagging slightly with fraps. But the actual controller is really easy to use. The sounds and everything, fantastic. I'm not going to keep dwelling on because I'll bore the hell out of you guys. But basically, this is a really, really, really good reimagining of the original XCOM. Does it have the depth that the other one has? No, it doesn't, in my opinion. Is it still a hell of a lot of fun? Yes. And they have improved some things that the original had. This has improved upon. But as I say, the only thing that is missing from the original XCOM is the depth, I feel. But still, great game, and yeah, definitely one that I'm going to lose a lot more hours on. Now, this again gets a big thumbs up from me. I'm really enjoying this. But to go on to other things, I am heading back into the world of Guild Wars. Exactly, it's easy for me to say. I'm heading back into the world of Guild Wars 2. Hopefully this weekend. It was meant to be last weekend, but my dog Biscuit, some of you would have seen, decided that it'd be hilarious fun to swallow a huge bit of rubber off of one of his toys, and as of these things, he ended up going to the vet, staying in overnight, and yada yada yada. We've spent God knows how long trying to get him better. Trust me, my life at the moment, it's not one thing, it's another, but isn't that the same for everybody? Jesus, how can I talk when you got, Sandy Ravage just hit fucking New York, so, puts things into perspective for you. But anyway, to get back on the proper, to Guild Wars stuff, yeah, I'm going to hopefully hit that up this weekend and get some crazy shit done. I completely, and I'm fucking pissed about this, I'll be honest, completely missed the Halloween thing, what with one thing and another. And now, I shall leave you with just the last bit of combat that we do. We complete the mission, and there you go. So here you go, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you later.